The Fairfax County Courthouse steps were a madhouse on June 1, 2022, when the verdict hit. Johnny Depp had just won his defamation case against Amber Heard, millions in his pocket, her name dragged through the mud, and the crowd outside was losing their minds. Fans screamed his name, waving "Justice for Johnny" signs, tossing roses that landed in heaps on the pavement. Cameras flashed like a lightning storm, reporters shouting over each other, "Johnny, how's it feel? Where you going now?" As security shoved them back, barking orders to clear the way. He stepped out, black coat flapping, shades on, a cigarette already lit, smoke curling around him like a shield. The grin on his face was sharp, victorious, but his eyes, man, they were tired, like he'd fought a war and wasn't sure it was over. The win was big, $10 million plus change, a slap to Amber's claims she'd painted in that 2018 op-ed. She got a little back, sure, but Johnny was the king that day. The fans ate it up, chanting, "Captain Jack," like he'd just sailed out of Pirates and into their lives. A woman in a pirate hat shoved forward, yelling, "We love you, Johnny," her voice cracking as she threw a rose that bounced off his boot. He tipped his head, flicked ash, kept moving, but the energy was electric, dangerous even. You could feel it. Something was off, like the air before a brawl breaks out. He didn't stick around long, slipped into a black SUV waiting at the curb, tires squealing as it peeled out. The crowd chased it a bit, phones up, snapping blurry shots, but he was gone, leaving the chaos behind. Word spread fast, he was headed to a bar a few miles off, some dive called the Rusty Anchor, a spot he'd hit before when the world got too loud. I saw it unfold later on X, clips of him walking in, fans trailing, reporters circling like vultures. He looked loose, shoulders relaxed, but that grin was fading, replaced by something harder, edgier. Inside the Rusty Anchor, it was dim, smoky, the kind of place where the jukebox played old Stones tunes and the bartender didn't ask questions. Johnny slid onto a stool, ordered a whiskey, double, neat, and lit another cigarette, the roses still pinned to his coat from the courthouse steps. A few fans got in, hovering, snapping pics, whispering, "He's here, he's really here." He waved them off, voice low, "Give me a minute, yeah." But they didn't. The bar was buzzing, people piling in, word spreading he was there, fresh off the win. The TV above the bar looped trial highlights, Amber's testimony, his rebuttals, the verdict drop, and every replay cranked the tension higher. He downed the whiskey fast, ordered another, his fingers tapping the bar, rings clinking. A guy next to him, big, loud, already half drunk, leaned over, slurring, "Hey, Johnny, you showed her, huh? That chick's done." Johnny smirked, nodded, but didn't bite. The guy kept going, voice booming, "She's a liar, man, everyone knows it now." Johnny's jaw tightened, smoke curling from his lips as he muttered, "Yeah, well, it's over." But it wasn't, not even close. The bar was filling up, too many bodies, too much noise, and his cool was slipping, eyes darting like he knew trouble was coming. Then it hit, cops showed up. Not one, not two, but a squad, lights flashing outside, red and blue cutting through the grimy windows. The bartender froze mid-pour, muttering, "What the hell," as boots stomped in. Johnny turned, slow, cigarette dangling, and saw them, 4 officers, hands on holsters, faces hard. "John Christopher Depp," one barked, voice slicing through the jukebox hum. He nodded, casual but tense, "That's me." The cop stepped closer, "You're under arrest, public intoxication, disturbing the peace." The bar erupted, fans shouting, "No way. Leave him alone." Phones out, filming every second. Johnny stood, hands up, voice steady but sharp, "Intoxication? I've had 2 drinks, man, check the tab." The cop didn't flinch, grabbing his arm, "You're coming with us, now." He didn't fight, not yet, but his eyes burned, flicking to the crowd as they cuffed him, metal clicking loud. "This is bull," he muttered, loud enough for the cameras, "they can't handle a win." Fans surged, one screaming, "Let him go." Another tossing a rose that hit the cop's back. The officers shoved him toward the door, the crowd parting, yelling, filming, chaos spilling into the street. Outside, the squad car waited, lights blazing, reporters already there, mics thrusting, "Johnny, why the arrest? What's happening?" He smirked, cuffed hands behind him, "Guess winning's a crime now." They pushed him in, door slamming, and the car peeled off, leaving the bar in an uproar, fans chanting, X blowing up with #FreeJohnny posts. The verdict was hours old, and already Johnny Depp was back in chains, the wind turning sour fast. Trouble wasn't done with him, not by a long shot. The squad car screeched through Fairfax streets, red and blue lights carving the night. Johnny Depp slouched in the back, cuffs biting his wrists. The cops up front were stone-faced, one muttering into the radio, bringing him in, public intox, yeah, while Johnny stared out the window, cigarette long gone, the 4 roses on his coat wilting fast. Fans had chased the car from the rusty anchor, some still running, shouting his name, phones flashing blurry shots as the bar faded behind. This is crap, he muttered, voice low, testing the cuffs. The cop in the passenger seat glanced back, keep it quiet, Depp, makes it easier. Johnny smirked, easier for who? You're the ones dragging me off a win. They hauled him into the station, a gray, buzzing hive of flickering lights and stale coffee stink. The booking room was chaos, cops barking orders, a drunk in the corner yelling about his rights, phones ringing off the hook. Johnny stood, coat flapping, as they shoved him to a desk, uncuffing one hand to fingerprint him. Name, the officer grunted, like he didn't know. Johnny Depp, he said, slow, deliberate, eyes flicking to the crowd outside, fans already piling up, signs waving, free Johnny now, in bold marker. Cameras pressed against the glass, reporters shouting, why is he here? What's the charge? He leaned into the mic on the desk, public intoxication, they say, 2 whiskeys and a win's a crime now. The cop snorted, smearing ink on his fingers, you were loud, disruptive, bar called it in. Johnny pulled his hand back, wiping it on his coat, loud? Fans were loud, I was sitting there. The officer didn't bite, just snapped a mugshot, flash popping, his face tired but defiant, roses still pinned like a badge. They cuffed him again, marched him to a holding cell, concrete, bars, a bench with a guy snoring on it. Sit tight, the cop said, slamming the gate. Johnny paced instead, boots echoing, muttering, tight's not my style. Outside, the crowd swelled, hundreds now, chanting his name, roses piling up by the station steps. X was a wildfire, #Johnny arrested trending, clips from the bar arrest racking up millions of views. They can't do this, one post screamed, another, Amber's behind it, revenge. Theories flew, her team pulling strings, cops overreacting, a setup to tarnish his win. Inside, Johnny heard the noise faintly, smirking to himself, guess the party's out there. The snoring guy stirred, squinting, you that pirate dude? Johnny nodded, yeah, pirate in a cage now. The guy laughed, hell of a night, man. Hours crawled, whiskey buzz fading, replaced by a dull ache in his wrists. A cop banged the bars, Depp, lawyers here. Ben Chu stormed in, tie loose, face red, barking, this is insane, public intox. 2 drinks. I want him out, now. Johnny grinned, leaning against the wall, told Ben, they're not listening. The cop shrugged, bar complaint, crowd control, captain's call. Ben slammed a file down, captain's call's bull. He's a free man, won his case, and you're locking him up? I'll sue this whole precinct. Johnny chuckled, go get, Ben. The station was a pressure cooker, phones buzzing with tipsters, reporters sneaking shots through windows, fans banging on the glass. A woman screamed, we love you, Johnny. Her voice cracking as she tossed a rose that stuck in the bars. He grabbed it, twirling it, thanks, darlin', keep it loud. Ben paced, arguing with the desk sergeant, no evidence, no breathalyzer, you've got nothing. The sergeant grunted, crowd's a riot, he's staying, till it calms. Johnny smirked, calm's not my thing, never was. Midnight hit, and the cell got colder, Johnny on the bench now, coat pulled tight, roses drooping. A new cop swaggered in, young, cocky, big star, huh? Should've stayed low after court. Johnny looked up, eyes sharp, lows for losers, I won, kid. The cop laughed, won? You're here, not out there, looks like a loss to me. Johnny stood, slow, voice low, loss is you thinking these bars mean a damn thing. Check the crowd. The cop faltered, glancing out, fans still screaming, lights flashing, chaos growing. Ben burst back in, got a judge on the line, bail set, $500, cash, you're out soon. Johnny nodded, good, sick of this hole. The cop uncuffed him, grumbling, don't come back. Johnny rubbed his wrists, not planning to, unless you miss me. They marched him to processing. Fans roared as he stepped out, roses raining down, cameras blinding. Johnny, what happened? A reporter yelled, mic jabbing. He grinned, cops didn't like my victory lap, guess freedom's a threat. The station doors swung open, and he walked into the mob, fans shoving forward, we got you, Johnny. Security scrambling to hold them back. He lit a cigarette, smoke curling, the roses on his coat a wilted crown. X exploded, hashtag Free Johnny posts doubling, clips of him cuffed trending hard. They can't keep him down, one fan typed, another, this is war, Amber's pulling strings. He climbed into Ben's car, tires squealing as they peeled out, but the night wasn't done, trouble was tailing him, and it wasn't letting go. Ben gripped the wheel, voice tight, this is a mess, public intox. They're reaching. Johnny smirked, reaching's what losers do, let M try. The car swerved through streets, fans chasing, lights flashing behind, cops or cameras, who knew? Where to? Ben asked, glancing back. Johnny exhaled, anywhere but a cell, got a whiskey waiting? Ben groaned, you're pushing it, Johnny. He laughed, always do, keeps me alive. The win was hours old, the arrest minutes fresh, and the world was watching, reporters, fans, haters, all glued to the next move. Johnny leaned back, roses shedding petals, knowing this wasn't the end, trouble loved him too much to quit now. The black SUV roared through Fairfax streets, Johnny Depp slouched in the passenger seat, Ben Chew gripping the wheel like it owed him money. The station lights faded behind, but the chaos clung, fans chasing on foot, their Free Johnny chants echoing, roses littering the pavement like a trail. Johnny lit a cigarette, smoke curling out the cracked window, the 4 wilted roses still pinned to his coat. They're not letting this go, he muttered, flicking ash, voice rough from the night. Ben shot him a look, you're not either, 2 whiskeys, and you're cuffed? This is nuts. Johnny smirked, nuts is my life, Ben, always has been. They hit the rusty anchor again, same dive, same smoky haze, but now it was a circus. Fans swarmed the lot, phones flashing, a guy in a pirate hat yelling, Johnny's back. Reporters shoved mics through the crowd, why the arrest? Amber's doing? Johnny stepped out, boots crunching gravel, waving them off, just a bump, folks, keep the roses coming. Inside, the bar was packed, patrons cheering, the jukebox blasting, sweet emotion, the bartender sliding a whiskey over before he even Saturday, on the house, man, hell of a day, the guy said, bearded face grinning. Johnny nodded, hell's my home, cheers. The TV looped the arrest clip, him cuffed, smirking, guess winning's a crime. X was a storm, hashtag Johnny arrested posts hitting millions, fans raging, cops rigged it. Amber's revenge. He sipped the whiskey, eyes on the screen, muttering, they can't stand a win. A woman slid onto the stool next to him, young, loud, you're a legend, Johnny, screw M. He tipped his glass, screwing M's the plan, darlin'. The crowd pressed in, fans snapping pics, shouting praise, the air thick with smoke and hype. But the edge was there, his hands shook, just a little, the cuffs memory still raw. Then the door banged open, cops again, 6 this time, boots stomping, hands on holsters. The bar froze, the jukebox cutting mid-chord, a glass clattering to the floor. John Depp, the lead cop barked, a beefy guy with a buzz cut, you're coming back, new charge, resisting arrest. Johnny stood, slow, whiskey in hand, voice sharp, resisting. I walked out with you, check the tapes. The cop stepped up, bar fight reported, you started it. He laughed, loud, fight? I've been here 10 minutes, ask M. The crowd roared, he didn't do nothing. Let him be. Phones filming, chaos brewing. The beefy cop grabbed his arm, move, now. Johnny yanked free, spilling whiskey, get your hands off, I'm not your punching bag. Fans surged, a woman screaming, leave him alone. A guy tossing a bottle that smashed near the cop's feet. Back off, the cop yelled, drawing his baton. But Johnny stood firm, roses glinting, you want a fight? You've got one. The bar erupted, fans shoving cops, chairs toppling, glass shattering. He ducked a swing, grabbed a stool, not today, boys. And swung it, cracking a cop's arm. The crowd cheered, go, Johnny. But the cuffs came fast, metal snapping tight, 3 cops pinning him to the bar. Resisting, huh? He snarled, face pressed to the wood, you're begging for it. The beefy cop yanked him up, shut it, station, now. Fans clawed at the cops, roses flying, a woman sobbing, he's innocent. They dragged him out, boots scraping, the crowd parting, reporters shouting, Johnny, what's the charge? He grinned, blood trickling from a split lip, living, I guess, keep filming. The squad car door slammed, tires squealing, but the bar was a riot, fans smashing windows, cops swinging batons, X exploding with hashtag Johnny fights back. Back at the station, they threw him in a cell, same concrete, same bars, but now his coat was torn, roses gone, blood smearing his shirt. You're done, Depp, the buzzcut cop sneered, slamming the gate. Johnny paced, wiping his lip, done? I'm just starting, call Ben. The cop laughed, lawyer won't save you, assault on an officer, you're toast. He smirked, toast's what you'll be when this hits, check the crowd. Outside, fans stormed the steps, hundreds, chanting, roses piling up, signs reading, Johnny's our hero. Ben burst in an hour later, face a thundercloud, assault? This is a setup, they're screwing you. Johnny leaned on the bars, screwing's their game, get me out. Ben argued with the sergeant, no proof, he was defending himself. The cop shrugged, witnesses say he swung first, bail's $5,000, pay up. Fans outside screamed louder, glass breaking, sirens wailing, X-posts skyrocketing, Johnny's framed. Cops hate him. Ben tossed cash down, you're free, let's go before they cook up more. They uncuffed him, shoved him out, fans roared as he hit the steps, bloody but unbowed, lighting a cigarette. Johnny, you okay? A reporter yelled, mic jabbing. He grinned, okay's overrated, keep the fight alive. The crowd surged, lifting him up, roses raining, security scrambling, cops glaring from the door. Ben pulled him to the SUV, this is war, lawsuits, headlines, you're in deep. Johnny laughed, deep's where I live, drive. The car peeled out, fans chasing, X ablaze, hashtag Johnny legend trending, clips of the bar fight viral. He's unstoppable, one post screamed, another, Amber's shadow, cops are her pawns. The win was days old, the arrest a fresh wound, and now this, Johnny Depp, bloody, free, a king in chaos. Trouble wasn't done, it was his fuel, his fire, and the world couldn't look away. The SUV roared out of Fairfax, Johnny Depp slouched in the passenger seat, blood drying on his lip, cigarette smoke curling out the window. Ben Chu drove, knuckles white, muttering, this is a damn circus, assault charges, bar fights, you're a magnet for trouble. Johnny grinned, flicking ash, the torn coat flapping, trouble's my shadow, Ben, keeps me sharp. The night was alive, fans trailing in cars, honking, roses tossed from windows hitting the windshield. X was a war zone, hashtag Johnny fights back posts exploding, clips of him swinging that stool in the rusty anchor going viral, millions of views ticking up fast. They can't lock him down, one fan screamed online, another barking, cops are puppets, Amber's pulling strings. They hit a motel off Route 50, low rent, neon flickering, a place to crash away from the chaos. Johnny stepped out, boots crunching gravel, lighting another cigarette as Ben grabbed a key from the desk. Lay low, Ben said, tossing it over, no bars, no fights, sleep it off. Johnny caught it, smirking, sleeps for the dead, got a whiskey in the bag? Ben groaned, you're impossible, and headed to the car for his briefcase. The lot was quiet, crickets, distant traffic, a flicker of calm, until headlights cut the dark, a sleek Mercedes rolling in slow, tires hissing on wet asphalt. Johnny froze, smoke halfway to his lips, as the driver's door opened. Amber Heard stepped out, blonde hair loose, trench coat tight, her eyes locked on him like a predator. Well, she said, voice low, sharp, stepping closer, look who's still standing. He straightened, flicking the cigarette to the ground. Amber, thought you'd crawl back to LA by now. She laughed, cold and cutting, crossing her arms, crawl? I'm here to watch you fall, Johnny, nice stunt at the bar. The air snapped tight, Ben spun from the car, what the hell's she doing here? But Johnny waved him off, eyes on her, fall? I'm up, sweetheart, won the case, beat the cuffs. She smirked, stepping into his space, up? You're a bloody mess, arrested twice in a night. That's your win? He laughed, loud, wins me breathing, you're the one grasping at ghosts. Her eyes flared, voice rising, ghosts? You smeared me, called me a liar when you're the one swinging. He pointed, voice a growl, swinging. You threw bottles, cut my finger, don't play victim now. She shoved him, hard, her hands slamming his chest, victim? You grabbed me, Johnny, left marks. He staggered, catching himself, marks? You clawed me, still got the scars. She laughed again, wild, scars? Try bruises, your hands, your rage. The motel lot turned electric, Ben shouting, back off, heard. But they ignored him, circling like wolves. You set this up, Johnny snarled, stepping closer, cops, arrests, your payback, huh? She smirked, payback? You did this, too drunk, too loud, too you. He grabbed her arm, voice low, loud. You're the scream in my head, always were. She yanked free, shoving him again, scream. You're the nightmare, every fight, every lie. A rose fell from his coat, crushed under her boot, and he roared, lie. You're the queen of court proved it. Ben lunged between them, enough, cops'll be back. But Amber pushed past, let come, lock him up again. Johnny laughed, bitter, lock me? You're the one chained, to losing. She swung, fist grazing his jaw, and he ducked, grabbing her wrist, not tonight, Amber. She twisted, screaming, let go, you're done. He released her, stepping back, dunce you, go home. Headlights flashed, cops rolling in, lights blazing, tires skidding. Depp, heard, an officer barked, jumping out, hands up, both of you. Johnny raised his, grinning, round three, huh? Amber glared, hands up, he started it, assault. The cop grabbed Johnny's arm, you're back in, her too. Fans appeared, cars screeching in, roses flying, no way. Free Johnny. As cuffs snapped on both, metal clicking loud. The station was a rerun, same gray walls, same buzz, but now Johnny and Amber sat in cells across from each other, bars between them, eyes locked. Happy now? He muttered, wiping blood from his jaw. She smirked, happy's watching you rot, enjoy the cage. He laughed, leaning on the bars, cage? I'm free, won the war, Amber. She stood, voice a hiss, war? You're bleeding, I'm still here. Cops argued outside, new charges, assault, disorderly conduct. Ben stormed in, this is madness, let him out. The sergeant grunted, both staying, motel fights on camera. X erupted, hashtag Johnny vs Amber trending, fan clips of the shove fest hitting millions. She attacked him, one screamed, he's framed, another roared. Roses piled at the station, fans chanting, sirens wailing. Morning broke, bail posted, $10,000 each, and they walked out, Johnny lighting a cigarette, Amber brushing past. This ain't over, she hissed. He grinned, never is, see you in hell. She vanished into her car, tires squealing, and he stood, smoke curling, fans rushing him, roses, cheers, chaos. The win, the arrests, her, Johnny Depp was still burning, and the fire wasn't out yet.